I've made a determination after 4 years in politics that if you're going to make a career commitment to politics, and sometimes political life can be quite tough, you've got to be absolutely certain that you're living your own version of your career and not someone's expected version of your career.
Christian Porter resigned from Cabinet today, paving the way for his ambition on federal politics. Dangerous wild weather continues to lash WA as another storm approaches. Thanks for your company.
Also on tonight's news, CY Leung's plan on government reform has been given preliminary approval, and the MTRC praised for its environmentally friendly initiatives.
This is the Evening News.
Good evening. Dominating the headlines tonight, Christian Porter has resigned from his Attorney General and Treasurer portfolios after announcing his ambition to contest the pre-selection for Federal Parliament seat of Peers this morning. Raphael reports.
The shocking announcement came at 10:30 this morning as Christian Porter announced his resignation. Mr. Porter told the media that he has grappled with the decision for some time and he has only discussed the matter with the Premier and his wife. It's understood that he will remain as a member for Bateman and a backbencher at the State Parliament until next election.
I just want to say that immediately the consequence for me is that I have had to resign my portfolios. That is a difficult thing to do, and to say that I do that with a degree of sadness is an understatement, but that's the appropriate thing to do in these circumstances.
WA Premier Colin Barnett said temporary arrangements have been made as he will take over the Treasurer's portfolio, while Norman Moore will become the Justice Minister. Mr. Barnett has praised Christian Porter for his contributions and wished him well.
I tried to persuade him for going, if you like, one more electoral cycle in state politics, but he said his mind was made up and he wanted to pursue federal politics. I can understand that. That has been his ambition, and I respect his decision, and I wish him well. I think he will be very successful in federal politics as he has been in the state scene.
Raphael, DHK News.
Dangerous weather is expected to continue to sweep Perth and WA's southwest this week as the Fire Emergency Services Authority urges residents to prepare for violent storms. Graham Reeder, Manager of Weather Services from the Bureau of Meteorology, warned that destructive wind gusts in excess of 125 kilometres per hour, showers and thunderstorms will continue this week due to an intense cold front in the south of the state.
The worst conditions on the west coast should begin by very late afternoon or Tuesday evening, increasing overnight Tuesday night. Will ease slowly from the west coast, but on the Wednesday morning the main area of impact should be near the south coast.
While the Premier, Colin Barnett, praised utility companies and emergency services' hard work to bring things back to normal, he has urged West Australians to prepare for the worst.
Please tidy up any loose furniture or equipment or belongings around the house and take care, and just cooperate with emergency services if they're working in your area. This is obviously very unusual to have two severe storms in such a short time frame.
WA Youth Minister Robyn McSweeney has announced the $1.8 million funding for the next 4 years to allow primary school students to participate in the WA Cadet program, helping children to develop confidence, friendship, leadership and teamwork skills. Alexandra Mollo has more.
For the first time, primary school children in WA will be able to participate in a cadet program which will be implemented in schools across the state. $1.8 million have been allocated over 4 years for the expansion of the River Ranges Cadet program, and it will cover areas including Whitham, Albany and Kalgoorlie. The programs will include bush rangers, emergency services, surf life saving, Red Cross, police rangers and Air Force cadets. Child Protection Minister Robyn McSweeney spoke about the long-term benefits of the program in WA's children's education. She also said the program represents a significant investment in WA's young people with up to 500 school children to benefit.
We've done the pilot program and that has been very successful. As I said, that's something that Donna, when she was the Minister, started, and we've done the analysis of that and we know that it works. We have wonderful leaders, which you've seen here today, and the kids just react so positively to doing something for their environment, for doing something for their community, and for doing something for themselves.
Cadet Coordinator Carleen Edwards highlights the benefits of the hands-on learning experience the program provides to students and believes this is one of the best ways to educate our children. One of the main focuses of the program is to teach students about the importance of caring for the environment.
The kids love the program. They actually get outside. We've been going to Bennett Brook. They've been working, testing, learning new things, finding out about their environment and also helping to clean it up at the same time.
Well, we've learnt about how much pollution has been caused in the river, and before we joined River Rangers we had no idea, and we've been collecting trolleys, rubbish from Bennett Brook. We've been exploring Bennett Brook, and it's been really good experience.
Chief Scientist Lynn Beasley assures that the expansion of the program will not only provide students with an opportunity to learn and take care about our environment, but also help to establish a science-conscious generation for the future. Alexandra, Mollo, the HK News.
And there's more bad news for West Australians, with the state's largest energy provider, Synergy, passing on the federal government's carbon price to customers from July this year. The opposition's Shadow Energy Minister, Bill Johnson, urged the state government to show more initiative in helping those who are struggling to pay utility bills. State political journalist Shibs has the details.
Western Australia's largest energy retailer, Synergy, has released the expected impact to its customers from the pass-through of costs associated with the federal government's carbon price. An average Synergy customer on the A1 home plan tariff is expected to pay an additional 9.13% for their average electricity bill from the 1st of July onwards due to carbon costs. This increase is in addition to the 3.5% increase to residential and business electricity tariffs and supply charges announced in the state budget. Synergy's Chief Executive Officer Trevor James said Synergy was announcing the increase so that customers can budget for the increased changes. He encourages households to reflect on ways to reduce energy consumption and how to be more energy efficient to keep electricity bills down. In a separate interview, Shadow Energy Minister Bill Johnson has urged the state government to do more to help offset the increase in electricity prices, claiming that the state's increase more than covers the cost of production.
Well, the state government increases are Colin Barnett's choice. He had the choice to increase prices or by any rate he chose, and he chose to put them up by 62%, and he's planning to put them up by 25% in the next 3 years, and that's way above the cost of production.
Shibs Way, DHK News.
Hong Kong's next chief executive, CY Leung's plans on government reform have been given a preliminary approval by the subcommittee in the Legislative Council yesterday. At the same day, the Secretary of Security has made it clear to the media that he will not join the next government, as Mr. Leung have found an appropriate candidate to take over his role.
The primary approval on the Hong Kong's government reform has been given by LegCo yesterday, after a subcommittee has voted 9-2 on the issue. It's predicted that new government bureaus will be created after the restructuring. The Democratic Party said they will put forward motions on this Friday's Finance Committee meeting, while 2 legislators from the People Power Party will continue their filibustered attempt by planning to put forward 900 motions. On the other hand, after serving 38 years as a civil servant, the Secretary of Security, Ambrose Lee, has made it clear that he will not join CY Leung's government. He became the Secretary of Security after Regina Ipps stepped down in 2003 due to her handling of the controversial Article 23. Mr. Lee would urge the next chief to provide Hong Kong people a safe environment to live and do business. Patryk, Lazarz, DHK News.
The Mass Transit Railway Corporation was praised by Development Secretary Carrie Lam for introducing sustainable building guidelines after it was introduced last April. During a Green Building Council's meeting, Mrs. Lam said that MTRC wasn't pressured by Hong Kong government to implement the guidelines. She called for cooperation from different sectors to create more environmentally sustainable buildings, as Hong Kong's carbon pollution has increased 2% in the past 10 years. Carrie Lam also stressed that the government isn't trying to gain praise from the media, as their major role is to do what's right. And finally, tonight is a very special night here on DHK News. Today is the day that Ivan Leung joined DHK News 5 years ago. So congratulations, partner.
Time flies, doesn't it, Anna?
It does.
Yeah, it's been a privilege to meet you like this every week, and hopefully there will be many more.
But we're not going to let it go that lightly. Tonight we're going to show you how Ivan looked 5 years ago on his first broadcast.
Anna, no.
Ivan, yes.
我係梁欣林，歡迎收睇《節新聞》。一年一度喺香港嘅書展，今日喺早上9點鐘開始，大約有500人喺灣仔嘅會展外面輪候入場。
You look a little bit younger back then.
That's how the world looks tonight.
Enjoy your evening and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Good night.